Today we'll walk through a routine cleaning of your grinder, which is different than unclogging it. If your grinder sounds normal, but it's not able to push any coffee into the grounds bin, chances are that it's clogged, and we have a whole separate video for that. Routine cleaning is preventative maintenance and a great way to make sure that your grinder is working to the best of its capabilities. When do you need to clean it? The short answer is once a month. The long answer, I'm a much bigger fan of, which is it depends on roast and palate. If you enjoy a dark roasted bean, you'll notice there's a visible sheen on the surface of the bean. This is actually oils that are pushed to the surface during the roasting process. When grinding beans like these, this oil will scrape off on the burrs and on the inside of the grinder and actually build up over time. I like to think of it kind of like cholesterol in veins. If enough buildup happens, then the passageways will get restricted and your grinder will actually not be able to push coffee out. It will end up getting clogged. So when using a dark roasted full body bean, you'll want to think about cleaning it once a month. If you're using a lighter roast bean, you won't notice that sheen on the outside of the bean because those oils aren't pushed to the surface. It's not roasted as long. With beans like these, my recommendation is that you clean it on an as-needed basis based on your palate. What I mean by that is that if there are funky flavors showing up in your cup, maybe because some previous beans you'd ground you weren't a fan of, or if you hadn't used your grinder for a while and some coffee in it got a little bit funky, cleaning out the grinder can make sure that those aren't affecting what you're seeing in your cup right now. Before we get into cleaning it with the brush, let me make a quick pit stop to talk about the grinder cleaning tablets that you'll find out there on the market. These do a great job of getting residual coffee and oils out of your grinder, but you have to buy them and grind them up each time to do the cleaning. So let's focus instead on cleaning it with the brush that comes with the grinder, a more economical approach. Let me also take a quick pause to mention that these will not unclog your grinder. If your grinder can't push coffee into the bin, it won't be able to push this stuff through either. Let's dive in on how to clean your grinder, starting with emptying the whole beans from the hopper. Grab a bowl, I'm using a cereal bowl, and tilt the grinder over to pour out all the whole beans in the hopper. And we'll actually turn the grinder on so that any coffee that's in between the burrs right now that didn't come out when I was pouring it over will get pushed into the bin. And then I can unplug the grinder from the wall, take out that ground coffee bin, unscrew the hopper all the way counterclockwise until it's on the grind setting right to the right of 40, this triangle, at which point the hopper will lift right off. And then lift the gasket out, and finally lift out the removable ring burr by grabbing it with the two tabs on the top. One of them is red. The grounds bin, the hopper, and the lid, you can go ahead and just wash by hand with warm soapy water. I'm sure you can figure that out, so I won't walk you through that part, but what I do want to show is how you would wash the gasket in warm soapy water, which you can also do, but you want to be careful because this can tear if you're rough with it. So what I recommend is just massaging it with your fingers with the warm soapy water and then giving it a couple minutes to air dry or patting it to dry to make sure that that makes it through the cleaning process in good shape. The burrs are what I really want to focus on in this video, and you'll want to grab the cleaning brush that comes with the grinder, and what we'll do is go from both sides. That is, I'll come at it from the bottom and work to get the fine teeth on the inside of the burr free of any coffee buildup. And then I'll come at it from the other side. We'll get the O-ring here cleared out. The removable burr you do not want to wash in warm soapy water, or the cone burr, because our burrs are made out of a high carbon steel, which makes them very resilient, durable, long-lasting, but it also makes them susceptible to rust. So you will want to make sure you're cleaning it with a brush or something else that's dry. Don't introduce water to the burrs. The cone burr We'll also clean with the brush, and what we'll do is start just by going up and down, and we'll work our way all the way around the cone burr doing this. Then we'll go around in a circle, and we'll turn the grinder upside down. Let's see what we have coming out. Let's do another pass at it like that. Then we'll go up from the bottom, from the discharge with the brush, and clean out that passageway. Tap it here. And get that coffee knocked out. Cleaning it at home with a brush might leave a little bit of coffee behind, as you see here. What we actually do at Baratza when we're refurbishing grinders is we use an air compressor to blow it out and take the cleaning up yet another notch. I've gone ahead and cleaned the bin lid and hopper, as well as the gasket. And so it's time for reassembly. We'll start by dropping the ring burr back in. It has these two tabs on the top, one of them is red. The red tab lines up near a grind setting of 30, and your grinder may have a red line inside of it that the red lines up with the red. The ring burr doesn't snap or click into place, but it will settle in and feel right when you have it lined up correctly. It also won't be able to rotate very much. Next, we'll put on the gasket. It has two notches cut out of the bottom, and these saddle over the red tab and the white tab. It only presses on a little bit, a couple of millimeters. And then we're ready to put the whole bean hopper back on. The hopper has two tabs on the bottom. One of them is tall and skinny, and the other one is shorter and wider. The tall skinny tab, which happens to have a silver line as well on our newer grinders, lines up near the setting of 40 with this triangle, and then you gently press it down and it'll rotate clockwise into place to lock in. The bin slides into position and you're ready to go. I'm Pierce Jensen. At this point, I hope you're enjoying a delicious cup of coffee from your freshly cleaned grinder. If any questions came up for you from this video or in general, please reach out to us, support@baratza.com.